This man, who is roaming in Mexico's most secure jail, is not an ordinary man, but the world's biggest and most dangerous drug smuggler, El Chapo. It has special CCTV cameras attached to it which keep an eye on it for 24 hours. There is no light in its cell and no window. There is only a shower area in the corner. The funny thing is that despite having so much security and eyes, El Chapo goes to the shower area while walking, and then the security staff does not see him again. After half an hour, when he was suspected, he went inside the cell, but the world's biggest drug smuggler had run away. After all, where and how did he run away? Let's take a look at El Chapo's life and his escape. In 1957, a small town in Mexico, El Chapo, born in Badira, Guato, was named Joaquin Guzman, but later he gave himself the name El Chapo. He got addicted to drug trading. His father, who was also a small drug dealer, had thrown El Chapo out of the house at a young age. El Chapo had no job to live, and even when he didn't find anything, he started selling drugs. At the age of 15, he started growing drugs. He would choose an isolated area for himself, and he would start growing marijuana there. Gradually, his drug trading increased so much that Mexico's big drug dealers wanted to hire him in their gang. In the 1970s, he joined a drug trading gang called El Güero Palma. He used to supervise drug smuggling in this gang. He was so strict in his work that whenever a delivery was late, or if there was a small mistake, he would kill the dealer. In the 1980s, he joined the most famous drug dealer of that time, El Padrino Gallardo. This gang was the largest drug trading gang in Mexico. El Chapo was also responsible for logistics and drug shipment in this gang. His job was to keep an eye on drugs coming from Colombia to Mexico. But in 1989, the gang leader was caught by the Gallardo agencies, and the gang broke. Taking advantage of the opportunity, El Chapo made his own gang, which he named Sinaloa Cartel. Now drugs were being sent from two different directions in America. Most of the drugs were sent from the Caribbean, and the second route was the Mexican border. American agencies had focused their entire attention on the Caribbean, and many drug dealers and gangs were caught. El Chapo took advantage of this and started sending drugs to the USA using different channels. He used to grow a lot of drugs, including methamphetamine, heroin, ecstasy, cocaine, and marijuana, gave him more profit. That's why he focused more on these drugs, but it wasn't easy to send them to USA. And for this, he used to do this by showing a lot of cunning. He used to smuggle drugs that didn't have much smell like cocaine. He used to smuggle them in fire extinguishers, chili pepper cans, or in car rims, which even dogs who were able to smell drugs could not detect. But the problem was that other drugs other than cocaine could not be smuggled in this way. So he adopted a method that became his identity, and that method was tunnels. He would invest millions of dollars and hire experts and build tunnels under the ground, which had electricity and ventilation systems. And through those tunnels, he started smuggling drugs in the USA. In 1990, the Federal Bureau of Investigation officers were surprised when they found the first tunnel of El Chapo. That tunnel was 300 feet long, and it had electricity in it. The tunnel would enter a house, which was the safe house of El Chapo, and in case of emergency, he could also run through this tunnel. El Chapo knew all the rules of this business, so despite trying a lot, he could not catch it. In November 2010, another tunnel was found in Mesa, which had the same facilities, but apart from this, the rail system was also destroyed on the ground, which transported the goods and drugs during construction. In 2012, Tijuana, in 2013, more tunnels were found in Mesa. Seeing his amazing skill, El Chapo and his gang were called the King of Tunnels. He made his tunnels so deep that even the ground-penetrating radar machine could not detect it, and he hid the entrance of the tunnels cleverly, like under the bathroom tub or under the toilet. Before making the tunnels, he chose the place very carefully. He decided to smuggle most of the smuggling from California's city of Mesa on the US-Mexico border. He chose Mesa for 3 reasons. First, Mesa was close to 2 major transport hubs, Tijuana and San Diego, and it was easy to transport drugs to agents because of these hubs. Second, it was an industrial area with many factories, and the noise of heavy machines and traffic was too much. That's why it was easy to dig tunnels here, because the noise of digging was hidden in the noise of the factories. And the third reason is the soil here, because there is a sea on one side of the city, which keeps the soil here very soft. That's why it was easy to dig here, while on the other side there are mountains which also strengthen the soft ground. And because of this, the tunnels did not collapse. In every sense, this city was ideal for the tunnels of El Chapo. On 9th June 1993, Mexican authorities finally arrested El Chapo and put him in jail for 20 years after he was sentenced to imprisonment. But this jail was also his office for him. He would bribe the jail staff and get every facility for himself. He would arrange his business meetings so that his work could continue. In 2001, the Supreme Court of Mexico made a decision after which the process of the exchange of prisoners between the United States and Mexico became easy. El Chapo knew that the USA government would arrest him at any cost due to drug smuggling in the USA, and then it would not be easy to get out of there. That is why El Chapo made the plan to escape from Mexico's jail for the first time. He had sent 25 lakhs of police officers to the jail and ran away from jail in a laundry basket. For the next 13 years, he again was in the hands of the USA and Mexican government without being caught due to his tunnels, drug trade, and other crimes. But after 13 years of hard work, Mexican agencies found out his exact location and raided his house. This time, too, he had arranged to run away. He entered a secret tunnel under the bathtub in the bathroom, but the authorities did not let him go far, and finally he was caught again. Now he was sent to Mexico's most protected jail, El Tlano Maximum Security Prison, and he was kept under special surveillance. But only a year later, on July 11th, 2015, when he was walking in his cell, he was seen at the shower area for the last time at 8:50 p.m. There was only a shower area in his cell that was hidden from the camera. After about half an hour, when he was not seen on the camera, the lockup was opened to examine the cell. By the time the guards went inside, El Chapo had already left. He cleverly dug a tunnel that was connected to a large tunnel below. This tunnel opened up to a nearby construction site 1.5 kilometers away. This tunnel was 33 feet deep and 5 feet 7 inches wide, so that it was easy for a person to pass through. But this time, his freedom was not long. On January 8, 2016, Mexican Marines attacked his safe house again in Los Mochis, and after a fierce struggle, he was caught again. This time, the American government did not want to take any more risks. So in 2017, the Mexican government handed over El Chapo to the USA, where he is being sentenced to life imprisonment in Supermax Prison, Colorado. But the reality is that the American government is afraid that El Chapo will not run away again. I hope you will like and share this video. Thank you for your loving comments. See you in the next video.